Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be the intro for all 12 zodiac signs for the 2020 yearly energy readings. So if you watch it in one video, then you can skip it on the other ones because it'll be exactly the same. But if you have not watched it and this is your first time watching it, please watch until the end of this intro because there's important information here. Basically, in these zodiac sign readings, I will be giving you the 2020 overall energy, like what you can expect this year, some blockages, some things to look forward to, and some advice. And then in the extended video over on my Vimeo channel, I'll be getting more into your specific love life in 2020. And that goes for those of you who are single and those of you who are in a relationship. And I'll also be giving you specific information about your finances and your career. So things that can be blocking your money, ways that you can make more money and things of that sort. And then I'll also be doing a healing message from spirit at the end of that extended video. So because I'm doing all 12 zodiac signs, I know that purchasing the extended videos can start to add up because people watch their sun, their moon, their rising, and their Venus sign. So that can rack up. So basically, I'll be giving you somewhat of a discount. You'll be able to purchase all 12 zodiac sign extended videos for $12.12. So basically, it's like each extended video will be a little bit over $1 if you buy it in bulk. So yeah, you still have the option of buying it separately. Like you can buy your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, separate if you want to, buy each one separately, but if you want to save a bit of money and if you want to be able to watch all 12 extended videos, then you can go ahead and purchase that for $12.12. So I will leave the link to that in the description box down below. So just wanted to give you guys that information. So yeah, we're going to now jump into your 2020 energy readings. I really hope that it is helpful and let's dive into it. Okay, Pisces, so welcome to your 2020 energy reading. So let's jump right into it. The first two cards out are the occupation card in reverse and the politics card. I believe these two cards came out for, it might have been Leo or Cancer, I'm not sure. So you may have some Leo or Cancer in your chart. But basically what I'm seeing here is that in 2020, something that you can look forward to is you finally being able to rest. I feel like a lot of you for a long time have been extremely hypervigilant, meaning that you're constantly on the lookout for danger. So it's kind of like everything that you do or everything that you start, it's almost like you start with the idea that something's going to go wrong, or you're constantly scanning for something to go wrong so you can try to prevent it. So if you meet someone who you may want to have a relationship with, the first thing that you're thinking is, let me try to pay attention to the red flags. Like, is this person a narcissist? Is this person like an abusive person like my ex, or like the people I've known in my past? And there's nothing wrong with necessarily being cautious, but I feel like it may have stepped over the line of caution and more into paranoia to the point where you're constantly living in a state of fear. So this could go for like also your career. Like maybe with your career, you want to start something new or you want to elevate in your career, but the first thing you're thinking in your mind is everything that could go wrong and how you can avoid everything that could possibly go wrong. And when you are in that state of mind and you have those fearful thoughts, you end up not making any moves at all. So basically this year, you're moving away from that energy. Like you're no longer, I'm not going to say you're no longer cautious because you're still going to be cautious, but it's like you're no longer living in that type of fear. So you'll be able to really be in the moment and to step out of your comfort zone and try new things without that fear kind of lingering and ruining the experience for you. And I'm not sure exactly how you're stepping out of it. It's going to be different for different people. Some of you could be getting some sort of therapy to help you overcome that fear because that could be a result of like past trauma or past events that have caused that fear in you. So it's going to be different for different people, but I'm going to pull and see if I can get more specific about how you're coming out of that energy or how you're overcoming that energy in 2020. Let's see. Spirit card in the reverse. the thoughts card. Okay, so for some of you, you're going to be getting, or you're being advised to get professional help for these thoughts, for these fearful thoughts, because I am getting like a kind of like a PTSD sort of energy. Doesn't have to be that serious, but it feels to me like there's something in your past that happened to you unexpectedly, that caused you some pain, that caused you to become this way, that caused you to be very hyper vigilant and to constantly be on the lookout for danger, because you're very sensitive. So naturally, certain things are going to affect you more than others. So you have to be more cautious because you'll get more hurt. You see what I'm saying? So for some of you, it's like you're getting professional help to help you with these thoughts. For some of you, you're doing the work on your own, meaning that you're just going to start monitoring your thoughts and kind of catching yourself whenever you find yourself having those fearful spirals of thoughts. Like you're catching them and trying to think more positively is what I'm seeing. For some of you, this is happening because you are focused on a goal. So the Sun and Wealth card is here and the Gift card is here. So it's like you're focused on a goal, you're focused on your talents. And so it's kind of like, what's the best way to describe what I'm seeing? It's kind of like when you're focused on your goals and your talents and you have like something positive to really direct your energy on, it's like the negative thoughts just kind of fall by the wayside. Like they start to fall away from you for some of you. I am definitely seeing that this is a year that if you do have any talents or gifts, you can become very financially abundant from these two cards that came out. But like I said, it's either that these gifts and talents in this goal is going to help you get rid of those negative thoughts, or it's that you're getting rid of those negative thoughts through like therapy or through some sort of treatment. And that's going to help you to be able to focus on your gifts and talents more and to finally pursue them and to make money off of them. So very positive energy. I am seeing fashion for some of you, because some of you could be in the fashion industry, or there's something about creativity and fashion that's here that you may be pursuing, and those fearful thoughts or that paranoia has been standing in your way. I definitely do feel a lot of artists are watching this specific video because I see a lot of color within the cards. So again, especially for artists, it's kind of like when you're an artist or you have some sort of creative career path that you're on, it can be a little more nerve-wracking because it's not guaranteed. You know, it's like if you wanted to be a teacher, I'm not saying that that's not an important job, obviously that's very important, but it's like you kind of are guaranteed to get that position. Like, you know that if you want to be a teacher, you go to college for a certain amount of years, you apply, and you know there's a certain amount of steps that you take where you're almost guaranteed to get the job, right? Well, with an artist, being an artist or like being a creative, that's not guaranteed. There's no like, if you do A, B, and C, you're going to get that job or that amount of money. It's kind of like you're gambling a little bit when you're an artist. So it can be a little more nerve-wracking, or it can be a little more, you could be more prone to being more paranoid or more fearful about whether or not you're going to succeed when you're an artist. So that's why it's important when you're an artist or you are a creative that you do get those paranoid thoughts in check, because you need to be more optimistic than the average person because of the fact that your career path is so uncertain. See what I'm saying? So let's move on to the next two cards. We have the Understanding card and we have the card. Okay, sorry about that. If there was a slight break in the audio, the recorder cut off. But like I was saying, the next two cards out are the Understanding card and the Child card. All right, so these two cards are your blockage for 2020. Okay, Pisces. So for 2020, how do I say this? One thing that's going to block you is you can't be too naive this year. That's the best way I can describe what I'm hearing. It's like you have the ability to understand people on a very deep level, okay? And that's a good thing. That's a superpower. You have the ability to be empathetic and to really understand people's pain. Like when someone does something horrible, you have the ability to say, okay, I understand why they did that. You know, so that you don't pass harsh judgment on people the way that other people do. But sometimes that can lead you to being a bit naive to the point where people will take advantage of that quality in you. So they'll keep getting over on you and you'll keep understanding them to the point where they can do it over and over again. So please be careful of that. It's looking like basically your advice here is to keep that innocence to you. Like that's a great thing, to have that innocence in you, to be able to see people through like childlike eyes and to see the good in everyone. But sometimes you have to see the good in them or understand why they're doing the things they're doing and still distance yourself from them, or make sure that you're not allowing them to use you or allowing them to take advantage of that trait that's in you. It's almost like you have to set strong boundaries because of the fact that you do see the good in people. You have to set even stronger boundaries than the average person does, because then people will take advantage of this trait. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with this trait. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm a Pisces moon, so this applies to me as well. But yeah, this is just all about just setting boundaries for yourself, because you still want to, you still want to protect yourself. You still want to protect your inner child from people who want to, take advantage. Not everyone is as innocent as you, and not everyone has the same heart that you have. It's a very difficult pill to swallow when Pisces figures out that not everyone has a good heart, or not everybody wants what's best for other people. Like, some people really are selfish, self-serving, and some people really have no problem hurting people and just moving right along with their lives. So it's like we have to kind of guard ourselves and guard our hearts, and be mindful, be aware of that in 2020. So the next two cards out are the playfulness cards and the thief card. So with the playfulness card being here, this is your advice for 2020. Interesting combination. I'm hearing that for some of you, 2020 is the year that you are going to be much more mature and focused, with the playfulness card being here in the reverse. Excuse me, if you have been prone to kind of procrastinating, or maybe you've had like a year where you've just been, relaxing. You didn't really know exactly which direction you were going in. Like, this reminds me of like a gap year, like when you graduate from high school and you don't really know if you want to go to college or what you want to do. So you take a year in between high school and college to just kind of do whatever and just kind of figure it out. That's what I'm feeling like. Some of you have had that type of year, or this year has been going on for years. For some of you is what I'm hearing. It's like just really not having a direction or focus. But I feel like in 2020 you're going to have a direction, you're going to have a focus, but for some of you, it's saying that you're in the process of doing this now. Like, you have a focus that now you're focused on. But for some of you, you are needing to find it. Like, this is like your advice. Like, you're needing to choose a goal or a focus for 2020 that's going to help you to grow and elevate as a person. Because if not, it's kind of like you're cheating yourself out of time, or like you're robbing yourself of opportunities that could be granted to you. Because it's kind of like you never want to approach goals from the standpoint of, I don't want to run out of time. Let me hurry up and try to get this done. By a certain age, I have to have this. I'm already 25 years old and I should be getting this done. Like, you never want to have that rushed, sort of fearful energy with goals, but you do still want to take into consideration that time is ticking, and, life is short and it's not promised. So you want to start living your life now. Like, you want to start building for your future now. You want to start, focusing on your goals, your career, your finances. Like, you want to start doing those things now, not from a place of fear, but just from, like I said, preparation. Life is very short and time passes you by just like that. Next thing you know, you're retired, and what have you done during that time period between now and your retirement? What have you done to better yourself, to help other people, to build generational wealth, to, things of that sort? It's like you're needing to really think long term. Some of you have not been thinking long term, which is fine. Like I said, some of you have been kind of taking a gap year where you really didn't know what you wanted to do. Some of you have been, maybe have been struggling with mental health, and that's why you haven't. It's like you've been trying to get your mental health in order. When you are struggling with mental health or physical health or just problems in life in general, it's hard to think long term, because you're just trying to live moment to moment. Like, you're just trying to survive day to day. So if that's the case, definitely don't beat yourself up for that or feel like you've wasted time or whatever. Like, just try your best not to think that way, because you've just been trying to survive. But I feel like this year is the year that you're going to be able to think more long term, because you're just seeing that time really is precious and that you don't want to waste it. Is what I am seeing. So I do see just, this is positive to me. This is very positive to me. It looks like some of you are coming out of a time where you have had a bit of a struggle, and now you, even though you still could be working through some things or going through some things, like you're gaining your footing in 2020 to the point where now you can really focus on your future, is what I'm seeing. A lot of you will be taking a lot of risks, stepping outside of your comfort zone, being more bold and being more fearless, and that is going to pay off for you. All right, Pisces, so that is it. Thank you for watching this video. We are going to dive into your extended reading now. So basically in the extended, we're going to talk about your love life. We're going to talk about your finances, and then we are going to do a healing message from spirit for the year. So I will leave the link to that in the description box down below. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys over on my Vimeo channel. Bye.